You don't want them some time to check in on the live. You know the something go. Jaden Chase first and foremost. Now I say, congratulations to Vybz Cartel and the entire Gaza nation, of which I am proud to be a citizen of. The teacher viewers and subscribers, 130.3 million streams. And not normal. And not normal. Think about it. No, and not normal. 130.3 million. Go on. Dancehall music updates, you know the thing go. Link us, Cartel check in, the whole Toronto, you know the something go. Optimus, up move my G man. They are going to hold them. The lighting looks up. Gets me too much in the light. We have to say congratulations to everybody. We got the whole UK Gaza to set speed. Jay, you know the thing already, my G man. 5.8 million hours. You know, listening. The school of man. Listeners at 8.5 million. Spotify numbers we are talking. 92 different countries worldwide. When some people are talking about them song hot, and I say, yo, check them views and them comments from some country when nobody know. There has never been an artist booked in those countries for do dancehall or reggae music since artists are get booked. A real talk, Sean Williams. You know what I mean? There is still work to be done. We still need to put in the work. A real talk, link us. A big numbers. And remember, this Vybz Cartel's music, while distributed by, you know, different distribution labels, mainly Zojak, you know, the songs are available on different platforms. The fact that Vybz Cartel still remains as what music industry insiders will call an independent artist, not signed to any major record label, and still I do these numbers. Definitely I do it for dancehall music. Now my question of the night is, do you think Vybz Cartel has had the biggest impact on the dancehall genre in the last 10 years? Personally, I definitely agree with a statement like that. I will not just talk about just the image. The image I would say most artists portray. Edmonds, big up yourself, you know the thing about my G, man. Yeah, from behind the bars too. We have to definitely add that to it. Because enough of them artists say they are rolling a joke with the blessings of them have. As the Tupac would have said, institutionalize and realize the precious time that certain people out on the streets are wasting. You know what I mean? But it is true. From behind the bars, the teacher did achieve this major milestone in his career. Wait, the light had something on the light. The light had dim something. I don't know how one. I'll go on the glare. I forgot to adjust that to you. But yes, do you think Vybz Cartel has had the biggest impact on the dancehall genre in the last 10 years? And as I was saying, not just based on the image, I would say most artists forward out with right now. Whether it be the tattoos, you know what I mean, lighting the skin, the style. Not just that, even with the music itself and the way producers are now incorporating that blend that Vybz Cartel was at the forefront of when they must say, what you know, it is not about changing dancehall music, but just keeping it modern and fresh. Remember, with younger generations are forward up and a start listen to the music now, we have to keep the genre fresh. We cannot do music in the style of the 90s while we are almost at the end of 2020. It wouldn't make sense. All other genres of music have done this. You know what I mean? All other genres of music have kept it fresh, incorporated different sounds, linked up with different artists to create that fresh new world music. And Vybz Cartel is doing that. And by doing that, he actually set the pace for the other artists. He actually set an example for them work with. Big up yourself, Optimus. You know what I mean? Archer King, big up yourself to set speed. He definitely set the blueprint. And for most artists currently in the music right now, they might follow that very same blueprint. And it'll work out for them. It'll work out for them. Vybz Cartel has done it. And the proof is there, viewers and subscribers. I want to know what you think. That's my personal thought. I like for you what you think. So I'll go on my chat. Oh yeah. Reflection off of the camera for real, you know. We have to change that at a later date though. We have to adjust that. But I wanna feel though. I wanna feel like yes, Vybz Cartel has definitely had the biggest impact on dancehall in the last 10 years. I give you up yourself, you know the thing go. You know what I mean? You have a 90% of dancehall right now. And the other percentage of people who do something else. And just by God blessing if we even need to acknowledge them. That is true, Optimus. Definitely I push the brand on an international level. And that is very important. For most artists, you can talk about bookings and shows overseas. A real talk. But you did forward and say it. Internationally, even though we have artists who reside internationally, them have a house over there. Some of them have, many of them have citizenship or a green card, whatever the case may be. Them reside overseas. But for some reason, we don't see them push the dancehall brand overseas. We don't see them link up with most artists who actually do it. We even have a love for dancehall music and I've expressed that. We don't see them link up with them and do no music. We don't see them put out music where I transcend different charts. Remember, when the teacher dropped Tutanisha, that do extremely well on the hip hop and R&B charts. How much other artists you feel like could have achieved that? Honestly, I can't really think of none. Somebody that say Papi can do it, depending on the feature. Remember the teacher do that with other dancehall artists. But big up Popcorn said speed. You know what I mean? How much other artists you feel like could have achieved that? Just think about it. Just a second, think about it. Very few, if any, at all. But the teacher do it. So on an international scale, you go put it on levels like how would I think about another superstar in a different genre of music. Vybz Cartel is the only dancehall artist. And big up all of the foundation dancehall artists them to do it. They go overseas, go make them name, go make people love dancehall. So them put in the work as well. But for the last 10 years or even more, for this generation, Vybz Cartel will say I do it. Some people will call some names. Some people will say, but Sean Paul do this and Sean Paul do that. Yes, Sean Paul do it. But listen to the style of music. Listen to the lyrical content. For you speak Potter, you can still say a dancehall, yes. But the style of music is geared to a certain demographic. And the lyrical content. And what we consider as hardcore dancehall. Even though Sean Paul may have a hot song in Latin America, you can count the dancehall events, even overseas, where you go and hear those songs in particular. You wouldn't really hear them. I real talk, bad man I kill him. You see that's coming, eh? A real talk, Linkus. If the teacher in there wrote, we're going to put this into perspective. Music is something in this day and age we have to market. And while you have different avenues for the marketing music, people also get caught up with the character. You know what I mean? The Vybz Cartel, when we sip on the street, we see at the shows, you know what I mean, the different videos. Remember, even Vybz Cartel's interviews, artists say them study. Yeah, artists fall out and say, of course, we study the teacher, interview them, just to see how to conduct yourself in a certain situations. So, the presence, just the teacher's presence overall. If you meet up on the road, that do the tours, we don't know what's going on worldwide right now with, you know what I mean, performances and such. But over the last couple of years, in the last 4 years, if the teacher in their road them drop these monster hits, I would a different thing, I would a different reasoning right now. Would be a different reasoning. The numbers would, of course, yes, more and triple. No doubt about that. Yes, that's enough to us. Yo, sometimes I feel like the teacher amazes even himself sometimes. Because when you're in that creative mode sometimes, it's almost like some things fall out the thought. You don't even imagine it. Question, big up yourself, my G. One nation, man. We out there do it and I put in the work. Don't it? Yeah, man. We out there do it and we are put in the work, my G. I want to say open the car lines. I would there for the whole life still, you know. You know what I mean? See what I tell you. Yeah, we can open the car lines. For the people them calling and, you know what I mean? We hear what I have to say. Yeah, I didn't say it on the song. Not even I know how him do it. You know what I tell you? Real talk up to us. And very few artists, well, enough artists have fought out and say them have a love for the music and a passion for the music. But Vybz Cartel, even in current situation and the work we still are put in, show you say him definitely have a passion for music. Big up Siva, big up all co-accused. Make sure you now check out the tracks and stream the tracks. Siva have a track out right now with Bobby 6. You know what I mean? Execution, go check it out. Vybz Cartel track with JB them. You know what I mean? Club Rave. Just so now check it out. You know what I mean? Make sure so now check it out. Now, as I said, I open the car lines. The ones them calling and me want to say. So where is the fire phone? In the club. What's going on? Cause uncle check in. Uncle want to pray. They are going all the vibes from the live in the Spotify numbers. Yes, Spotify numbers are going over the 100 million mark. You know what I mean? Yeah. 92 different countries are listening. Dancehall in the week. A real talking a Rooney. And as I made that say to our one time, when him drop the track, stay strong. Stand strong rather. Some people never realize say the teacher actually talk about his own mindset. I say you have to keep your mindset elevated so high that even the situation where you are still around you, you know, limit your mind to that. And anybody where they behind the bars or been behind the bars can tell you say yo, you can't make them. They might have your body there physically, they might be behind the bars physically, but mentally you have to escape them shackles. You have to escape them shackles. And the teacher do that. One of the strongest persons who we know. You know what I mean? Because big up only for the ones them where they run apart to see me go and work. You know what I mean? Freedom is a must for all of them. You know the thing already. Biggest dancehall artist ever did. Facts that. Biggest dancehall artist ever did. Up move 1 feet. Call lines opening up to must have the number out. 876-8160-789. WhatsApp calling, so not worry about the credit settings. You know that already. And the call lines open. Question, do you think Vybz Cartel has had the biggest impact on the dancehall genre in the last 10 years? You know what I mean? And as I would say, if you don't even want to talk about the image, the style of music, the production, lyrical content proves that. You know what I mean? Yeah, the lyrical content proves that. Based upon what we see other artists are do for the last 10 years. You know what I mean? The teacher set the pace. You know what I mean? Draft up the blueprint and put it out there. Yes, he wants to poppy numbers too. You know what I mean? You're supposed to have a good too as well. Somebody that's within a class, see how the teacher do it and definitely implement that in a dancehall music. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm a big up poppy. I do it. I do it for dancehall. If I big up the artists, I do it for dancehall. Especially on an international scale. I know people like to talk about dancehall, but at the end of the day, we are the achievements. We are the milestones. what them actually I do for the genre, to elevate the genre. You hear me? Facts. Call lines up, what go on? 876-8160-789. Clear for the people. You know what I mean? The clear one off yourself. What the hell you talking about? You should be told that song there. Song there all that. You answer song released so much months, years ago. What can I say? Answer song. Answer song ago. The numbers are talk right now. We answer something ago. You know what I'm going. Answer something. Sound kunta. Up move G. Yeah, we don't know the answer something there, go G. Dino TV up move G. One Nation. They are going to hold them on the live. How the thing look? And this, well, you know my, you can call into, you know. Remember, says a live discussion thing, you know, have a text it, you know, at 876-8160-789. You can call in and make all the reasoning live so some other people can, you know what I mean, chime in to at the same time. But, as I'm going to say, the reason why, in my own personal opinion, I feel like the teachers remain dominant overall in the music business. First and foremost, work ethic, mindset, vision. These are a few words that forward to mind. Vision meaning say, see where dancehall is at right now, where it could go, and the pace where it progress at. Giving people the lyrical content that they want, yes, while bringing something new to them. That's what Vybz Cartel bring to the table. And I guess for the past couple of years, the teacher has been a part of music history. We don't see nobody else with that type of vision. First of all, the teacher not only listen to one type of music. An artist will listen to world music. It's the music from across the world. That person will read. That person will educate himself. So at the same time, he can talk about certain subject matter, add lyrical content, say some things in the music where you wouldn't really even expect a dancehall artist to say. So with that being said, I feel like he find a way to blend all of these things together. And for continue to do it over the years to the point where he can continue to amaze you because people continue to limit people. Some people limit people just because of the genre of music where you sing. Some people limit it because of where you are from. So the teacher continues to amaze us by saying, yeah, say wait, the teacher know that too. Him drop it on the music, or him do that. So the teacher continues to amaze us. I feel like that's one of the ways them continue to remain dominant. Because whether it be a cappella, meaning no rhythm, or be the baddest beat you have ever heard, we know the teacher will deliver. How you know the teacher will deliver? Track record and do it over the years. So him amazes so much in the music that you expect nothing less. And these are just a few reasons, not my own personal point of view, when I say, yo, you know what I mean? Help the teacher for consistently remain the baddest dancehall artist your ears has ever heard. Arch taking on the place. Up move. A real talk sound. You know what I mean? You have to give people always say, oh, music we can relate to. But it go deeper than just music we can relate to. It's also music with feeling, music with emotion, music where have a vibe. When the teacher found out and say him and call himself Vybz Cartel, it was a reason. Even at that early stage in his career, he would have an understanding of music to the point where he knows say your music can convey a vibration and an emotion. And once you can do that, once you can give the ladies the emotion where them feel like for dance. You don't have to tell them for dance, but the beat, the lyrical content where you sing about, just make them want to move about and enjoy themselves. They can't do it. And the teacher figure that out in the early stages of their career. I remember when the teacher say, oh, they must say, oh, you must do so much girl song. The teacher realized, you remember, the ladies are the spine, the backbone of the dance hall scene. If you go a party and ladies now dance and enjoy themselves, you go to my catty, you go to my feeling, you go to the empress. I will reach at the venue and she now hold the vibe, she now move, she now hold the energy. She has to she not like the spot. Unless my brother keep the party, because I lift up settings in the year we have to cut. Come and carry out for she enjoy herself. So if she not enjoy herself at that spot. It's a real talk. You know what I mean? True visionary. You have multiple albums. They're the same year. And all of them do extremely well. And that's not normal. That's just a normal feat. As I'm saying, any artist can do this. It's a Lincoln's biggest song for the year. You know, that thought the devil crossed my mind till the teacher dropped hits consecutively. You remember the teacher dropped hits consecutively. Think about it. It's hard for the side. And we're going to base it upon. We're going to base it upon the numbers, much radio plays, streams, views, comments, likes. What would I base it upon? What would be the criteria though? That's also something we have to think about. Those songs sell the most on the paid streaming platforms. It's hard to decide. The song have the biggest cultural impact. And the teacher sang them and tick all of them different checkboxes that we just mentioned. It's hard to decide from, for real. You know what I mean? It's hard to decide for real if you think about it. You know what I mean? You have to go give some thought before we even make a statement for a talk like that. Biggest song for the year. Something to think about. Definitely something to think about, fam. You know what I mean? What I go and do, share the live, share the live. Remember to share the live so the notifications them can go to the people, because the people them still say after the live end, they might get them notifications. Some people I say I scroll through YouTube more while and just see the live on and just check in. So share the live. But the ones that know so we're there. Drop a like when you drop in on the live to set speed, you know what I mean? Clear the chat and drop a like. It's gonna help send out the notifications. So you know what I mean? Yeah. Hit the like button, you know what I think of. You know what I mean? You send notification, they make the like button. Platform work. You know what I mean? It's the biggest hit of that lynch. You don't want to say like button, but it can't up. Get it to 1,000. You know what I mean? Let's say we get it to 100. The people know so we're there night Sunday. We don't know say alright. We're working a couple of hours. For a couple of the ones then we know that go already, you know what I mean? But as I said, the car lines open between you, what go on? What go on with the car lines? 876 81 67 89 are the number. I'll repeat it again. 81 60 789. It's in the chat. Up to most of it in the chat. You got yourself, but you know the thing already. 876 are the area code. So that pop up in your WhatsApp right away. I'm going to have a live discussion on it. Spotify numbers over the 100 million mark. Look, we see them talk charts now. Look, we hear them going to talk charts now. Look, we hear them going to talk numbers now. I bet them avoid numbers for the next couple of weeks. I bet them talk numbers till next year. I bet we'll make them low numbers till next year. They want to go do it. Up move. Pick up the whole Cornwall Mountain, you know, whole Crossroads, whole Westmoreland, check in at the place, you know the thing go. Up move settings fam. Then tap in at the place, you know the thing go already. 876 81 67 89 are the number. You know what I mean? Topic of discussion. First and foremost, Spotify charts extremely well. You know what I mean? Big up all Gaza Nation supporters. From Vybz Cartel if you put out the music. Yes, the music we can go support. I will not support no joke music. You link us some artists are afraid to show them numbers now. But doubt some people are even want to check it. Yeah man. The teacher keeps on getting, it's in the music. People like to talk growth. Growth in the music can be shown in different ways. Whether it be the lyrical content we start to talk about, the growth in your sound, we start to own your own sound. But the teacher do all that in the early stage of his career and still manage to continue to do it over and over again. Still continue to get better and better at the craft. How him do it? I don't know. I don't know. Him himself did say the first time he hear Buju Banton in the studio. Big up Buju. Him say him feel like there's some music would stop. And there would never be another creative for forward in the dancehall genre for do it to a level like him say Buju do it. And me I tell him I listen to some of them songs. Big up Buju. Definitely was at the cutting edge of dancehall music and creating dancehall styles and sounds. But for this generation, Vybz Cartel alone, I see nobody else with it. I don't see nobody else with it. No people have different slangs and catchphrases where around the streets. We not talk about that. We are talking about music. We are talking about music. You know, the art form of music. Dancehall music to be specific. For this generation, I don't see no other dancehall artists so I can even put in the reasoning. We talk about a visionary as a creative. Remember, the teacher was not only just an artist, or is not only just an artist. And Marie, big up yourself, mama, you know the thing. They are going all the reason. You see the teacher Spotify numbers 130.3 million streams, mama. Big up yourself, because I know you stream the music too. You know what I mean? Yeah, definitely a celebration on the night. Numbers looking extremely good. You know what I mean? And at the same time, it can be more. So continue to stream the tracks on all of these platforms. Yeah, man. More while the teacher. I know, say. No, you know, we don't have no doubt in our mind. You know what I mean? No, we don't work with doubt in it. We don't work with doubt. Faith and hope are better, ladies. But we don't work with doubt. We and doubt now link. You know what I mean? Yeah, we and doubt. We and doubt now link. I'll tell you about faith and hope. We know them girls. But you know what I mean? We and doubt now link up. But the proof is in the pudding, as them that say overseas. You know what I mean? The proof is in the pudding, G. The teacher they went there for the last couple of years and we accept the dancehall music. He remain dominant. There's no question. It's even the statement. It's something for wonder, but me seeing what I have seen over the years, knowing what I know currently, the teacher will remain dominant. It's just that the teacher being released and not just about the music in it. Think about it. It's an innocent individual, them have behind the bars. Them actually attack even the freedom of speech. Because statements made in a song them are going to use. Unless because the artist put out certain songs and certain lyrical content in a certain song, they must say this is the individual that you are, them are paint a picture based off of the music. Isn't the entertainer's job to entertain? So they must say. Arnold Schwarzenegger is a cyborg. Him is actually a cyborg sent from the future. Because that is the movies that he remembered for. People still remember Arnold Schwarzenegger for being the Terminator. So they're going to use that to characterize him and say what you know. He is a cyborg sent from space. You can't do that. You know what I mean? So we can't say an entertainer is an entertainer. And then when you have time to critique somebody or even pass judgment which you are not supposed to do, you are going to say based upon the song that you're singing. You have to be this kind of individual. No. What about when the teacher point out, say we are sing the music, we are put out the music. These are the songs that we put out because these are the issues faced by people in the inner city, and that's what we are doing. We are journalists. We are journalists. As musicians, we choose to sing about certain topics where certain other people would not talk about. Remember the teacher said there was a clear double standard. And even Milk recently said, say yo, when our tape they get leaked, she said people shun her. Even same females, she said, no, I'll do the same thing then. Shun her. And the teacher point out in them song, say, what you going on, man? Yo, that double standard ain't make no sense. Man say, yo, scan some money at the certain actions. Scan the ladies them through them gate. Know what I mean? Certain subject matter where some people just afraid for touch. Them just, I don't know, for some reason some people just would not talk about it. When the teacher say emergency, we are suffer around here. Man I drop out things tough around here. What you doing for the gutter around here? Pool party. That the same sad song them a play. Some people not say it. Some people not say it. Man say them raise everything from mile to Craveney during them time, then them say that raise it now. And the man said this. Then how them no raise up everybody pay? That was a serious statement and I doubt people realize it. The teacher said they raised everything from aisle to Craveney without raising the income. Them no raise their pay, you know, so how you gonna pay a higher price for the same goods you used to pay for? But you have not received a wage increase. How it happen? How it happen? Them start sell things, so them put $1,000 on everything right now and not raise people pay them. How it gonna work out? The teacher point that out in her music. So for the people who say, yo, how why them not like the teacher, sir? How will the teacher do them? Or how? I don't feel like you listen to the song with no overstanding. The teacher used music to educate the masses. Show people, say, yo, you see the way we are go about things in the nation, it wrong. And him do it in an entertaining way. I don't know nobody else could have do it. You know what I mean? Rastafarian reggae artists have been trying for years to entertain you with the message, because that's what reggae is all about. Giving us the message while putting it or packaging it in an entertaining package. So you get it there and say, alright, you like the beat, you like the sound, you know what I mean? Urban Blaze, you hold your vibe and you hear something. You know what I mean? Yeah, you get wiser as you listen to music. The teacher do it in the dancehall genre. Even certain songs for the ladies them dance. Certain things in that. The teacher put maths equations in a dancing song. You know what I mean? I keep the youth them brain clicking. The teacher do it. David McCappin in the place up movement general, you know the thing go. I really talk up to most. That's what I like the teacher. You know what I mean? And more while, as I say, people wonder, but I guess who know. You know what I mean? But freedom for the teacher and all co-accused. First and foremost, them have the evidence to imprison the artist. The system use tactics. I won't say the system will say it so because the system is faceless. Because the different people come together to conspire. So we say the system without casting blame on any specific individual. You know what I mean? As just some people can point at the end of the day. And certain individuals who actually do what we not agree with. I'm going to tell you, so them actually just have to do them job. And while it might be, you know, something about a moral code, them can say, yo, and them job them are do for true. Yeah, me call chemistry. The teacher put. And physics, I see the teacher use what there. You not try that. I see the teacher define physics. You not try that recently. Yo, the teacher, and that is why the generation has dubbed Vybz Kartel the teacher. Which brings me forward, because we not go back. Which brings me forward to the same question. Do you think Vybz Kartel has had the biggest impact on the dancehall genre in the last 10 years? I have to say yes. I have to definitely say yes. A real talk Gaza vibe. But we are continuing the discussion there. But I feel like we're not going to lie upon the discussion there again. You know what I mean? Yes, we will be continuing that discussion. Them don't want to talk about it, you know. Them don't want to talk about the fact that court proceedings, yes, international court proceedings, as a matter of fact, the UK Privy Council. Them don't like the facts that we are pointing out. The unfair delay, the unconstitutional delay. With them are trying to push to keep an individual from freedom. So we have to talk about it. You know what I mean? Yeah man, force plus the mass. Yeah my G, force plus mass. Alex, you know the thing about my G man. Touching on the place, I up move my G. One Nation, one day I go and hold the vibe, though. Spotify numbers, 130 million, 92 different countries, 8.8 million listeners. Yo, some people act like, well, based upon some artists are going with too. Very few, not all, but making empty statements without any substantial proof. The man must have moved like the same Supreme Court, but that's a reason for that time. Without having the proof to prove them statements, they make some empty statements. And with the ones them they are road, some of the artists them they are road and do the right thing in the dancehall music. People actually look on dancehall music like dancehall's fan base are, you know what I mean? Dancehall's appeal is just local or just in the diaspora. But what them not count or what them not keep into consideration is that people from the island and from the diaspora at large are worldwide. Some people say you can go to every major country or every major city in every country and find a Jamaican community there. Think about it. Same thing for the Asians. The Caribbean diaspora worldwide. So with that being said, they know anywhere we go, we lock the place. You know what I mean? The Caucasian, them a listen to the music, or them a listen what we a listen to. Them a hold the vibe or we a vibe to. You know, so the axe still grab them. You know what? Ask anybody who reside overseas. But the axe still. And the people who come by it frequently. Not just Jamaicans. You know what I mean? They love the music, they love the culture. So 92 different countries listening to Vybz Cartel's music. And them that try to make it look like it's a Gaza nation thing local. How dare they? What them a do? What them a do when we have African Gaza? When we have Gaza in the UK, when we have North American Gaza, South American Gaza, we have Gaza in the entire Caribbean diaspora, we have Asian Gaza. Those who are going recently when the teacher dropped Afghans and Divas, and also the whole heap of TikTok reactions from the Asian ladies. I'm not talking to myself. When Fruit Rider drop the amount of Asian girls, I see a vibe tweet on TikTok. And I'm not normal. You have the Asian Gaza, them strong, them out there, them numbers. What am I trying to say? The thing the local. Big up our local supporters though. You know what I mean? Our support is unwavering. We say Gaza now, or we say Gaza tomorrow, by God bless it. The thing not stop. Person. You know what I mean? There's still more work to be done. And the teacher they are putting the work. And we have the blueprint outlined. So if artists we just do the right thing, make the right moves to the music, then the dancehall genre will be that much bigger worldwide. But that's why we need a teacher free. That's why here we need Vybz Cartel free. Because as I said, even the artists that have received exposure, people know them name, them have a name, them have a fan base, somewhat. Some of them still lack the vision. So even though them have the access where them can call certain people, link up with certain people and get certain features done, them still don't have the vision where them can say, alright, a song like this with a feature from an artist like this would put dancehall to that market. Them don't really have that kind of vision. And we not try to style them or downplay them contribution. Big them up for all what them achieve. and the work of them continue to put in. You know what I mean? Yeah. When the forward go out there and the ball passing, score upon the keeper, we don't say the forward fault. So everybody play them position on the music. So if you're an artist, way, you know what I mean? Yeah, you do some song, you link up on the way, but you don't really have the vision. We don't there to say we have to stop the music. No, do what you want to do. So we need a teacher freed. We need Sean Stam for their road too. Because Sean Stam touch some subject matter with some dancehall artists and them free to talk about it. You know what I mean? Yeah, like them free to talk about it too. We need to co-accuse them to get Lego too. Because we go on and fail. The way the system go about the matter, you know, I agree with it. What about? Blake said the teacher too. What do you mean by too? You know, but they've never followed up that reasoning there. But they've never followed up that reasoning there. 130 million streams. You know what I mean? Why we got reason about that? Anybody too smart, the work I put in. You know what I mean? The work I put in. He touch the teacher. And that's one thing we have to talk about with Vybz Cartel too. As somebody whenever all for himself and forward out and realize how music is. There is a business aspect to music, enough people don't know. You know what I mean? So when they hear about certain contracts being signed and drafted up, that's just the business aspect of music. But the teachers still, over the years, continue to give young artists, aspiring artists, artists who are not on the platform yet, that exposure. Give them the feature. You see the teacher bring Renee 630. Should I go to studio, yes? But name it. What the biggest artist she ever get a feature from? Bring her out of the dance. And say you have a voice, you have a talent, though. You have a drive, you want the music? Wow, they get the opportunity to do it. And the helper, Danny Boo. She said she want the music too as well. Big album. And there upon it. So the something go. Over the years, the teachers continue to do that. They got Bounty. They don't do it as well. So you tell the teacher you only for youth feed food. You know what I mean? Yeah man, the teacher, yo, you can't tell you that. The teacher or somebody will help you just by seeing the situation. I want to see it to play it on the media. You say when certain things that go on, what say the teacher do? Some people like make talk, but not the moves. See there? True story. Call lines opening in 876 81 67 89. I want to go on. If you, it now for me a big reason. If you just want to call and say big up the teacher. You know what I mean? Tell me what you feel about the Spotify numbers. 130 million. 130.3 to be specific. You know what I mean? Yes. 92 different countries. 92 different countries. Think about it. You know what I mean? Think about it. Some artists like to make some talk. Where's the proof? So we have the numbers here. And this are just on the Spotify charts. 100 million over there. 130. And we're still counting. The year is not over. You know? Think about it. The year has not ended. By God bless him. So we're still counting. Yeah, guys, and we look forward to 2021. You know what I mean? Freedom year. We look forward to 2021. We are calling it the freedom year. Worse than what go on right now, with the whole heap of restrictions and the fact that your dance now keep and certain events can't be held. 2021 a freedom year, man. Think about it. 2021 a freedom year, dancer. By God blessing. I tell you, by God blessing, 2021 a freedom year. $45 minutes on the live. We have about 15 more minutes on the live. We want to call in and hold the reasoning. We want to go and keep it in the comments in the chat section. That's it. And I can't say, think about it. Spotify is a streaming platform. You know what I mean? You're gonna talk a video upon the implications of that 130.3 million streams. Because some people don't realize how big that is. You know what I mean? Some people just say, 130 million. Why not there? Why not there a billion? You know how much dancehall artist songs are being streamed on the Spotify platform. Eh? What do you do? No phone artists, if it's not Vybz Cartel, I doubt them have even 1,000. I doubt them have 1,000. So think about it. But big up Gaza Nation. When they are putting the work. You know what I mean? When they are putting the work. Stream the tracks. And support the movement. You know what I mean? Big up all who continue to support the movement. And continue to do what they do. Optimus, we are all alive reasoning for that again. You know what I mean? We are touch it in another live reason again. But you have some views on why them probably are try to say, you know what I mean, hold the phone as long as possible. Yeah, we have some thoughts on it. But at the same time, we don't know, we're not going to speculate. We're going to see what will go on tomorrow. And then we're going to hold a reason for it. With the Shensia 53 million. And see, Shensia is backed by a major label. And our music is being targeted to an audience that streams music using these different digital platforms. Because remember, most people have them different sources where them get their music from. Because the platform right here, so most people go check out for your tracks. You have certain people who are, them are streaming people. You know what I mean? Them streaming music. Spotify and these different platforms. Most of these individuals do reside outside of the diaspora, of which Shensia's music is being marketed to currently. You know what I mean? So you see it's 53 million. And that's a good number for her. You know what I mean? You should be proud of those numbers. The good numbers that fair. The good numbers that fair. She are going on the music too. I must say big up all the artists that we are beat. You know what I mean? All the artists that we have push the genre. And that's what it's all about. At the end of the day, that is what it's all about. That's why when the teacher big up certain artists, and certain artists are getting a big up, and never make certain talk. You know, say, then they realize, say, all we are doing is credit people for the work that they put in. We feel like we just go out there and say some things, just because we feel like we say some things. Some artists, because recently see artists make some talk just because him feel like say him should dip on one of the album then. And him not get a call for the album. We not call him in because we still not give him a highlight. We not use it right now. But put in the work. You never get added to the album and that's just that. You feel like say, you know what I mean? You never get linked for the verse. But go on to you. Go and put in the work and push the music. But some people want a recognition without actually putting in the work. You know what I mean? Yeah, people want to say, yeah man, them a big artist and nobody now stream them song. And then through the whole buy views thing a jump up. Someone want to buy a couple views, get him think the couple million, and I say, look, but me think I've only per million, so I'm a big artist, but nobody now buy or stream your music, youth. You have to think about that in the youth. At the end of the day, yeah, you have a whole per million views, but unless you're in the music for something else, some of them man must in the music for the fame. I can't to elevate the genre or even for the basic emotion, for the dollars. Because if your music is not being purchased, not being streamed, you're not earning an income from the music. You actually spend more upon the music than you are actually getting in a return. So where is the profit? We never see the pre. Enough people are trying to fake it till they make it. Saying that they can use a persona, sing about certain subject matter, gangster thing, hardcore lyrics, pretend, and then when they make it now, them can do something else. Well, if that is a strategy presented to you by a manager or a record deal, well, do what you do. But in my personal opinion, you have to think about the music from the business side. Think about where you are putting and what you hope to achieve. And that's how we are talking about vision. Yeah, you might be a young artist today, but where do you see your career in the next couple of years? What you plan for do? What you plan to bring to the table for dancehall, even let you in. For me as a listener now, even listen to your music. What you plan to do? What you plan for do? Bring different melodies I wanna hear. Sing about the same thing them I will know. What you plan for do? Think about this as a young artist. And you have to also have passion for the music too. Because you're not gonna bust overnight. You know what I mean? So we'll see who make it out. But for 2020, the teacher still remains the most dominant dancehall artist while still being behind the bars. While still being behind the bars. So, you know what I mean? You know the thing, the Gaza Nation continue to stream the tracks, continue to put in the work. The teacher continue to put in the work. You know what I mean? Set the pace, leading by example. We're about 9 more minutes on the live. More check stuff. So. Yes, Sean, right. You know the thing, go. So now I'm in the dollars, I don't understand. Listen. Who that? Who dropped that song to me? How I feel about Tamale? Sparta do it too. You know what I mean? Sparta definitely set a pace to, you know, the mobile dancehall scene. There's no doubt about that. Only for artists. Whether it be Tamale was just actually singing the songs of or putting into music aspects of the lifestyle of mobile citizens overall. When we listen to artists who forward from that area in particular, it not to be just flank or just mobile overall. The style, whether even and then not have a sound or a try sound like Tamale, but just that grimy energy. You know what I mean? Yeah, more I see it, but do say, oh, Ryan man something where we just as a Tamale is part of music and we just as say the mobile scene in music videos. You know what I mean? Because most time I would think about mobile, as the teacher said, no fear them, no day. We think about Gloucester Avenue. You know what I mean? Royal the Cameron, we think about a Pier 1, you know what I mean? At a Margaritaville, the hip strip. You know what I mean? But we don't think about flank over there where I overlook the entire hip strip. So when we start see it on screen, it was a whole vibe. When we start to certain grimy settings and the ray and you know what I mean? You know the whole settings go. It was very entertaining. So for the better part, I would say yeah. Tamale Sparta definitely. I do it as an artist. And him continue to show growth because we see him start owning his style more. Owning for your style, meaning say just smooth off the edges. Get it on a level. You know what I mean? Make sure say yo you have all of the bases covered. When Tamale Sparta fouled out with the grind, some people are saying it's too hardcore. Oh, some artist name I'm gonna call. Yo, him have some song where have a vibe. You know what I mean? He's an artist where we don't look forward to see what him gonna bring to the table. But I guess it's a mindset and work ethic. The game enough for everybody in it. We always hear rappers talk about it. They say yo, the lifestyle of an entertainer is very demanding. And then everybody can really manage that demanding nature that comes along with being an entertainer. So some people, while they might have a love for the music, when them see the different hoops we have to jump to get the music out there. Sometimes I put out good songs and nobody there get to hear it because the song is not being distributed or even marketed. And when you don't know the right channels for distribute and market the music from, then it can become very frustrating. So, we're overs. But yes, artists that put out music where you can listen to music. Can hold a vibe to it. You know what I mean? Yeah, of those. The G bring a level of grime to dancehall music. Remember when Bunty say, what is? Remember when Bunty say, what is? It's too much. You know what I mean? It's too much. So him definitely bring a pace and stop pace and dancehall music. Till right now at this point in time, if you see a music video, a dancehall music video, we are showcase certain gothic scenes, whether it be skulls, candles, things of that nature. The first thing I look forward to most fans of dancehall mind is they look at a Tommy Lee video or something we expect Tommy Lee to do. And most movie artists have used this scene or scenes like this. You know what I mean? You go squash them to set speed. You always choose the show. Watching them? Lavish lifestyle. You know what I mean? There's a different aspect to it. You know what I mean? Yeah, you have to G them with dollars. Yes. And that's something that is also very entertaining to as well. Real talk, real talk. Real talk up to this. You know what I mean? But as I'm say, with the right PR, right music, put in the work over time. You need to deal with. Yeah, me. A lack of marketing skills really set back most artists overall. Just the fact say. The different channels we use to distribute music. Because we realize say in a certain genres of music like the hip hop and the R&B scene, the business aspect is focused on. The dancehall music, I don't feel like we focus on the business aspect enough. To the point where the different channels are there. Because differently from linking Zojak or linking with some other distros, where you gonna do with the music? There's no strong record label settings where most hip hop artists currently, well, the smart ones are doing it independently, but most hip hop artists will tell us, they might try to get them EP or them song out there so that they can get picked up by a major label, so that they can get the right distros and get the music out there to the masses, because most record labels do this. But for the better part, we don't really have a extensive list of record labels. We either work with dancehall artists or are focused on dancehall artists primarily. You know what I mean? No, another them primary focus. So you have like how Shensia with over Interscope or whatever the case be, and you know what I mean? How would they not talk about VP? Because for the years that people signed the VP, I swear so you have at least a dancehall category at the Grammys. And I know that not go on, so you know what I mean? VP just based on New York, and I don't really know what they do with the artists. Maybe the artist can call in one day and explain to me the role of VP are playing in most artists' career, because I don't see it. You know what I mean? I don't really see it. And Spicy she never see it either, that's why she cut. So I don't really see the role that certain labels are playing for certain artists. As I say, even overseas, in the hip hop scene, the smart ones are doing it independently. Because the right deal for sign is for have your own record label and sign a distribution deal. Keep your publishing and retain your freedom to create. So you don't have to make music where them tell you to make. Yes, King. But I want to say at this point I end, I'm about to end the life to still. You see me? Yeah, we are about to end the life, people. Another hour upon them and do the work. You know there's something go. But big Spotify numbers. Big Spotify numbers. Glad to see it, 130 million. Congratulations, Gaza Nation. Big up Vybz Kartel. He might put out good music. And to see the music being streamed, it's a joyful feeling. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's a joyful feeling. So, I'm going to see around a free Vybz Kartel and Alco accused in the chat before we end the live. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm going to see that before we end the live. Yes, and own your masters, okay, so yes, own your masters. But for you the business that keeping the publishing, you must know, you must fight for your masters. Because if you can work on a thriving musical career and you see yourself as an artist where 10 years down the line, people are gonna still love your music. They don't feel like you need to own your masters. Don't own your masters and see what go on. Freedom is a must. And yeah, on the next slide, you're gonna reposition the camera and the clear thing, it now go away. You're gonna find a different angle. The man time for them look at the teacher and all the confused. Time for them look at the ones them, man. Look at the phone and look at the ones them. We are dub 2021 by God blessing the freedom here. Because we are look out for events free up to the point where, you know what I mean? Yeah, you know, if you have no curfew and them settings, then people can go out and, you know what I mean? Them say a little thing at work, man, and you don't know how to go, people still skeptical, and I don't know. Ever blessed? Hopefully you're a female, because that sounds like a female name. How can you use the system to fight the same system? Well, think about it. You see, at the end of the day, the laws are the laws. And one thing that we all agree on fundamentally is that no one should be allowed to be bigger than the law. So if you can point out in a court of law where someone has gone against the law, then that is how you use the system to fight the system. We call them loopholes, but we're not too like them word at a certain time. But at the end of the day, there are ways where you use the same laws that used to govern the place to use against the system. Just like how some people say certain things are considered tax evasion. But did you know that if your business or if you invest or own businesses that provide housing or provide food, meaning say if you own a supermarket or you own a realtor company, you rent your house or whatever the case may be, you know in every country across the world you are allowed to pay less tax than other people. That's using the system against the system. You all have to pay tax. But the fact that if you can move your money to do things like this, you can pay less tax. Then that's just using the system. Well, that's what we say. Who made the laws? Now, legislation is what we consider being passed from day to day, which can still be considered as laws to govern the place. But these laws were created by, me that say, people who had their own agendas. It is true. But these people have long passed. And the fact that them and God, them don't know everything, them couldn't foresee the troubles that would happen years down the line. That's why over time, we have to find ourselves where we have to implement either new laws or pass new legislation to cover for things that take place so people could not foresee. So I get what you say. I get what you say. You know what I mean? I get what you say. But at the same time, these are the cards that we have been dealt. We have to still move forward. I have to still move forward at the end of the day. You know what I mean? But as though we reach the end of another live. Love of life, Japan. Big up yourself, mama, you know the thing go. Out move settings, man. You don't need no ladder. Come on, law court. Well, we'll look into it and see what I say about it so we can give the people my explanation for what I want. Like I want to call in and explain. Yeah, you know the settings of life. Out move, man. I wouldn't need no ladder. One nation, a Gaza nation. But sorry to say this a check in. Notification them not go out at all. We know how I'm going, you know what I mean? But we there. Maybe after we start do more live, more streams, then we'll start some notifications and more. You know? So, and then we can hold the reason for it. Some more. So, maybe during that time, people can start to see notifications earlier, or we can continue the reason. You know what I mean? Oh, am I the one shout? Alright. 5 minutes though, because anyway I end the line. 876 81 67 89 are the number. We are about it. Alright, next live. Next live are gonna be tomorrow at 8. God's willing. And we will be touching that subject matter in specific too. So to that, you know what I mean? Yeah, we will be discussing the whole case and the whole vibe there again. So if you want to wait till the next live, you know what I mean? Feel free to do so. But it's up to most of all the number that I chat to 6 feet. But we did about it. 876 81 60 789. And see here in the chat. 876, that's the area code, and the number is 81 60 789. That's what I said though, we're about to end the live. So that'll be a 10-minute conversation. I feel like it's better to have that conversation there. You know? When we have some more time. So the people get a full overstanding of what you really ask. I'm interested for you to ask it. You want to shout out your birthday? I'm Marie. Go on. If for me I talk, happy belated. And I'm sorry for not giving you a shout out on your birthday. We will never see it on the comment in the comment. Gaza Nation get Maria are belated. We're going to reconnecting something. Yeah, happy belated birthday, mama. You know what I mean? For me and the entire Gaza Nation. Jody and just a check into you see, I tell you, say the notification them now send out. Notification them now send out. You know I'm going joking or something. But people, until the reason again, you know there's something go. Up move settings, One Nation and dancehall music, continue to stream the tracks, live love and prosper. Alright, ever blessed. I look forward for all the reason, yeah. By God blessing tomorrow, man. You know what I mean? Justice is just ice. And more while the laws, them make cool, hey. More while the laws, them make cool. Like ice. More the law, them cool. Now go around. You know what I mean? So the laws, they make to cover the place, me I wonder, yo. But then again, them say your birth certificate, that's a show, so you're owned. You know what I mean? So more while the laws them do reflect how the system kind of treat people like cattle. So, you know what I mean? So it's something go. But blessing and respect to everybody who checking on the live. We're live again at 7. We're going to go live at 7. Give some more time for you know what I mean? We'll reach with everybody. Plus to all late the notification them go. So until the reason again. Blessings ever bless. Sharon, big up yourself. Jordan, big up yourself. Everybody will check in. Love of life. You can see around a free world boss. In the chat before we end it. Love of life, Jordan, Sharon, ever bless, Optimus. Casey and Meek. What are the ones that check in? You know the thing, Gaza Nation.